You understand? You can't ignore what I'm telling you. And I'm the wimp. I have the empathy. And I'm not bragging about who I am. I was offered to go to the Kissinger group. I was offered Glenn Beck's job before he existed. I was offered everything. Everything. My dad was offered it too. They do all the testing. They know who they go after. I'm sitting here. I'm not with these assholes. I'm telling you about a public plan to brain damage you and get you and your family ready to die. And if you don't have the strength to understand a criminal group has hijacked our country and they hate Donald Trump because he's real and has a large phalanx of people in the government that realize what's happening and actually want to change this. That's why he's starting the vaccine investigation group. They already know it's there. They already know about the CDC documents 20 years ago, in 2000, or it was 17 years ago in 2000 that came out, where they were like, oh, this brain damage millions. My God, we got to cover it up. And they have the CDC goes, we got to stop this. They didn't stop it. Even the head of the CDC wasn't in on this. They asked Dr. Salk and his main adjunct, this has been on PBS like 20-something years ago. We played the clip. You can pull it up. And I'm not saying pull it up. We've played it 100 times. I want to play Bill Gates in a minute. And its inventor of the polio vaccine admits it's for population reduction. He goes, we knew it had cancer virus. We knew a lot of it was live. We knew it was there. And we just said there's too many people. And they go, ha, 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 ha. I had, years ago, one of the inventors of a GMO potato. He was making millions of dollars a year. He was a Pakistani guy. I forget his name. He was in London. And then I had on some of his other scientists on. One lady was from England, but they'd been working in Russia where they were doing the testing. And they found the potatoes were sterilizing all the mice. And then they got told, it's okay, there's too many people. And they were like, just shut up about it. You'll be taking, because they actually found out they were developing the potato and then they were grinding it down. And then they, for some reason, started just feeding it to mice that were in a separate experiment. They're like, oh my God, these mice are all sterile. They're like, just don't worry about it. Just keep your mouth shut. This is all over the world, people. Again, I told you global government was coming. I told you everything because they're so arrogant. They write books admitting how they're doing this to you. That's what's so frustrating. And then their argument is, well, Alex, you've told them and they don't care. See, well, you know what? We have told people and now they do care. And people are waking up. People are getting involved. Good things are happening. Very exciting things are happening. And if people just finally really get how serious this is, decide they don't want to be part of it, expose it, and just en masse say, we're shutting down the aerosol Geo-Engineering programs. We're shutting down the vaccines. And they'll go, oh my God, we'll all die of diseases. No vaccine that they've ever made in modern history for flu ever covered the flu. They admit that. The neurological disorders are all exploding, all of it. It's not by accident. It is basically a group of mad scientists that have decided to take full control of civilization and greedily cull everybody. And they see themselves as like dog breeders. Isn't it cute to have, say, a miniature dachshund, like one that runs around, Carl, that runs around the office. Is his name right, Carl? It's only he's a puppy. He's only been there a few weeks. To take a wolf and make that dog. And I'm not putting, our ancestors did this. Thousands of puppies were bred, and then they keep one or two, breed those, and keep going for what they were looking for. But all the others got put in cages and put in the water, or their heads bashed in. So the globalist argument is, we're doing this to build something beautiful. That's evil to begin with, but let's just be honest about this and look at it. They're targeting all the smartest and best people, trying to cull them out as bad sons, as they call it in gardening, to get rid of their competition. So it's a level even worse. The elites don't even want to empower the species with all this control freak evil. In even their public literature, they say the species is ugly, done, failed. So they made us ugly, so then we would commit suicide and believe them and give up our free will. See, they said, oh, we're doing all this to make us beautiful and wonderful, but look at the elites. They're actually doing it because they believe their God has told them, this is their own writings, they've got to wipe all us out first, then they've got to beat the AI before they become the ascendant man. You're like, oh, that's 2001 Space Odyssey. Yeah, with one of their top initiates, Arthur C. Clarke, who actually wrote nonfiction articles admitting the whole plan. And see, that's what's frustrating here, ladies and gentlemen, is that really This evil globalist system, this spirit, needs us to accept we're going to kill ourselves, get a small number of the elite to believe they've got to kill everybody so they will ascend. But the big trick is the devil has to get them to agree to kill humanity so then they can actually then kill themselves. So humanity under free will was tricked into destroying ourselves. This is a psychic, interdimensional attack to kill humanity. I've analyzed it over every side, every angle, that no one's going to get the life extension, no one's going to get the power, no one's going to get to be a god, no one's going to get any of this under this. Everybody's going to die. They're going to kill everybody, including the elites themselves that aren't elite, a bunch of hunchback demons. The only way we're going to get the life extension, we're made in the image of God, folks, is to be good and to give it to everybody. A species that acts like this is not going to go to the next level. And this is the giant scam. It's the huge lie. Now, 99% of what I just told you is public and is admitted by the elites. The 1% is what I'm looking at and giving you the final analysis. You can speculate all day, but regardless, I'm going to tell you this again. It's peer pressure. It's manipulation. Why? When Western governments have been caught doing secret testing, lethal testing on foster kids, minorities, poor people in Appalachia, Peruvians, you name it, it's been done. Chemicals, biologicals, radiologicals. They're always testing scientists who are at the top of this thing. This is a mad scientist program. That's what globalism is. The Nazis were a mad scientist program of the US and England. Just look it up. Yeah, they gave lethal AIDS drugs, and that was the cover. They were giving pesticides to the kids to kill them. They'd take the toddler and say, let us kill your 7-year-old, or we'll take the toddler, and then they'd let them kill them. And again, the eugenicists did it. They said, well, we did this in New York to thousands of kids. They're black. They're not really humans, in their words. I don't agree with that. The news will take that out of context and say I said that. They'll, because I actually don't want to kill the black kids. Of course they're human. The point is that this is what they're doing, ladies and gentlemen. And then, oh, you're not just going to kill the black kids now, you're going to kill the white kids. We're all the same people. And it's all training a medical corps to carry all this out. Everybody thinks like special forces and, you know, assassins and all these people are the top echelon. That's the echelon they control and hate and then inject with all the stuff to kill them. You think the medical personnel, the New World Order, take any of this stuff? Oh, no, 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 no. They're all committed to their plan and they're the top of it. You know who David Rockefeller goes and gives awards to and freaks out over? And it's scientists and doctors and researchers. In fact, most of the top assassins are doctors and people. That's who runs this whole thing. And it's all medical professionals that are carrying it out, of course, for a greater good. And really what they are is a bunch of psychopathic killers that want to play God. And they themselves then end up getting fed on and destroyed.